Hello everyone, this is Verda and here I am with another Roll of Hacks video. Well, yesterday was a day. Like, what do I say that? Well, I implemented some new features, a lot of them. Like, there are now 12 achievements in the game, which is a really big number to consider that they all were implemented in a single day. And there now is a new game option here as well as a new upgrade, which is weak link protection, which you won't see today because it is locked behind an achievement. So the new config option here is game resolution. I noticed while seeing a playtester play that playtesters usually had a little bit of trouble of maintaining that 60 FPS. So I implemented an option to change the resolution of one tile. The standard resolution is the middle value here. It's at 256 pixels per tile. So a tile is a 256 by 256, which this hexagon is one example. But then, if you lower the game resolution, you will see some difference. You will see most difference actually if you zoom in. You will see that some things are less detailed than they usually are, or more detailed than they usually are. Having a higher game resolution than 256 is really unnecessary, but well, I enable that option. Oh yeah, let me go back real quick to the main menu. You will see that I already got some progress into some of the achievements here. Uh, I will, what I will do regarding achievements during the playthrough, okay? I have a separate save file just for the playthrough, okay? I will now go over the achievements, tell you how I hope people will get them, and how I may actually change them one day. Like, ow, shit, a little cat is being playful, a little too playful, a little too harmful. So, here we are. Explorer. The first one, it isn't the actual first one. There are no specific order for the achievements. They are always displayed here in a way that the ones you are almost getting are the first ones in the list. Actually, it is basically sorted by their, I don't quite remember the name, by their progress, basically. You can see here, Explorer is the first one who pops out. That's because there are just 4 biomes in the game, and Explorer is to visit 4 of them. As you just start the game, you can see that you already have a progress here. Make it rain, have at least 500 attack speed. This one blocks the multi-shot. Do you remember that one? Yeah, that good achievement. It is, that's a good achievement, and it is pretty hard to get actually. Executive branch, you'll have to have at least 20 buildings depend on just one to stay alive. Basically, if you break one building, 25 of them will break. It unlocks the new upgrade, which is honestly so cool to optimize for. I mean, the bases look like twisted tentacles after you started to optimize for weak link. Far away, you create a building at least 5 tiles away from where you started. Go big or go home. Have at least 150 buildings at the same time. unlocks stronger builds, stronger gears. This one unlocks scan. This long-lived hacks, just survive. I have not coded a reward for either this or this yet. That had to hurt. 1000 damage in a single hit. Destructive, 10,000 damage within a single match. Faster, stronger. I mean, this most good runs will unlock it, but it unlocks more options. Powerful explosives is unlocked by local hazard. Kill 1,000 creatures. That is another one that is usually you usually get that on your first run. There are some achievements like that. Panic Room. This one you don't naturally get it that easily, but if you are looking towards getting it, it is quite easy. Well protected. This one is, if you're having a good run, you will probably get it. You don't have that much difficulty getting it if you are having a good run. So there are still some visual things I have to tweak about achievements, about unlocks. Like they don't show up that well and they don't show up at the end of the run as I want to, and they don't pop up when you unlock them as a notification. They don't do that yet, but they will. So keep that in mind. Oh yeah, and this rock was a little bit touched, mostly because it wasn't quite fitting the themes, and it was being quite nasty at lower resolutions. So, okay, it is one of those matches again. Telescopic scopes for the win. 360 with scopes. So I am keeping a separate save file here because I want you to see the progress in the game. I will try to not implement reverse progress, but if I have to, I will, because the game is priority over the YouTube series. Yeah, so what do I mean with that is that I will try to not implement some and to not lock something that we already have access to. Because I do think this selection of upgrades is a good one for we to have started with. Perhaps Smite, perhaps I will lock Smite, but all the other ones are pretty simple, and they perhaps Comfort Zone, but yeah, they are mostly simple, and they here see Comfort Zone. You will see now that most of the unlocks, most of the upgrades are locked behind something. You will see that I will reach superhuman levels of attack speed, for instance, or of barrier, because there will be no stronger gears in the game. But at the same time, I will suffer from not having stronger gears because my building speed will be like this for 20 minutes, which is how long I am planning to get in the first run. Okay, Comfort Zone. The first run I will just play as usual. I will not hunt for any specific achievement. I still have to fix this, but I have an idea of what might be causing it, which is already pretty nice. I mean, there is another bug in the game, like a miscommunication bug actually, which is one part of the game asks for something to be re-rendered, and other part does not. does not comply with such ask. I actually do think we already have King of the Hill in the game. Yeah, that would be something that is gonna change. King of the Hill is a far too complicated one to be given from the start. Or is it? I don't know, I have to set the expectations somewhere. And I do think optimizing for King of the Hill. Actually, I want to lock King of the Hill behind some unlock just because I wanted to give the player, want to give it a little bit more focus of the player. Because if you unlock something, if you start the game and there is 1 billion items, you will happily get overwhelmed. Okay? But then, if you start the game and there is 18 items and you unlock one, you will read about the what that one you unlocked does as at the moment you unlock it. You know, actually, as soon as you see in the game, I will perhaps introduce inside the game something where you can see the upgrades you have unlocked, like some kind of not a gallery, more like forgot the name. Something more like I forgot. Something like a wiki or something. Some place that you can literally check what every upgrade does. Out of game, you know. Check their scalings, check everything mostly. On self defense. Self defense is another one that will probably get locked behind an achievement. Smite, I do think it can just because it is easy to use. It has some complicated factors because it scales based on how well shielded your buildings are. But well, there's that. I want density spheres. Spheres, thank you. And I'll probably change the name of that thing to variable density spheres. Just because it sounds more tacky. Actually, it's not here that I wanted to build. You'll see that I am currently optimizing for King of the Hill 1. And I probably already got some. Yeah, I already got 2. Damn, 2 upgrades. 2. Oh yeah, this one is over 1,000, and I got that had to hurt. Mostly because in the early game you get so much shield. The one well protected one is pretty easy one to get in this situation. You see, I am building in a very specific, very specific manner here. Not because of any reason, I just like building like that. It's something like a playstyle, a signature here, there. Like breeding turrets, and it isn't the most optimal. It is optimized for King of the Hill 1. But just that. And I haven't got a single King of the Hill in order to that be actually useful. I am out of linings. That also creates a really nice wall of turrets there. And yeah, every turret should be protected by at least one barrier. Possibly two. Now this one is protected by two because of barrier range. But this one is protected by 3, and if one is giving 500% shield because of how many capacitors did I fit in here. Once the achievements are all done, I will probably restart the save for the YouTube series. Because I want to unlock every achievement in the order the game gives me the stuff, so that I do not lock myself out with, and so that I can see that I'm not locking myself out with achievements like you don't need a certain upgrade to unlock a certain achievement unlock, and vice versa, so you are actually locked. I will probably not do that such mistake, but well, I am a human after all. I'm only human after all. Don't I? Okay. I am. This build is pretty fantastic because I got 11 capacitors and this, and one level of this and this, and I am building a fairly symmetrical base in terms of how many shields to turrets I have. Inductance is locked behind an achievement, and I do think we'll get that in the next video because it is an achievement I have to hunt for, and I want the first run to be just a regular one without hunting for any specific achievement, you know. Like, I don't want any achievement to depend on. Actually, for instance, I have an achievement which depends on getting these, right? That's why, because that's that's the reason why they will never get locked behind an achievement, because you need them for an achievement, you know. I want it to be possible to simply do a one every achievement run. It is a challenge that I want to be actually possible to do, you know. And I don't want things unlocking mid run, because for instance you may actually get something in the first run and you will not even notice that that was locked until you end the run. You'll see, oh, I unlocked that during the run. What the fuck, I was using that during the run. You get it? This, I only build it like this because it is aesthetic. That's the sole reason. And I do think I got more achievements. Let me just take a look here. Yeah, I got Executive Branch, which is the one who unlocks Weak Link. That's mostly because of my playstyle, not because I like doing branches and building like this. You see, probably this building have an importance of 50 or higher. An importance it is how many buildings would fall if that building would fall. Basically that. God, these lightnings. I do think I got a very strong run, mostly because I know how to play the game a little bit better than the average player. I actually saw that. The average player played the game even worse than I did, which is actually expected since I played like a sick ton of hours of this game. Mostly because I need to make sure that everything is right and yada yada. Oh. And I still haven't got a king of the hill, a single king of the hill here. I would not get that because expanded territory is just too good. So now every turret is now protected by several. Look at the shield of my average turret over there. Actually, my average turret is this, but you get it. Sadly, I do not have inductance, so I actually have to choose between damage and defense. But I do have electric fences gameplay, um, self-defense weaponry. So it is something interesting. I will not get a second King of the Hill since I do not benefit from that. But now every turret of mine got a 50% buff. Except for these ones. I will actually destroy this part of the base sometime. Because it does not follow my procedure, so it must die. I'll actually do it by removing stuff instead of simply unplugging it. Why? Well, mostly because... Whoa, you see that? Did you see that? That part of the base was actually unplugged from the rest of the base, but just because of the shield I was able to sell it before it started taking more damage. That is fantastic, actually. See how much money I got just from that? Oh, more lightning. Die. Thank you. I don't want to make this process of selling structures actually easier, mostly because I do not think that selling structures is a fun thing naturally. I like to keep it this as a possibility because I don't want a player ruining their build by having a cannon when they have too much King of the Hill. Where they are building towards King of the Hill and they just put a cannon in the wrong place, and now they don't have the King of the Hill bonus anymore, and now they are sad. I want them to be able to fix that mistake, but at the same time I don't want them to be able to literally move the entire base around as they need. You know, I don't like that idea of a strategy. So now I have a pretty concise base, because I sold one for sold half of it for no reason. Actually, I had a reason. I just do not think it was a good one. You see. But look at these lightnings. They are dealing 10,000 damage. Just because the game is... The achievements the game has currently unlocks the game has unlocked currently are too good for this strategy. I do think I tell you that while I die. Because I do not have access to multi-shot and other stuff that buffs my buildings that much. Like for instance, I do not have access to resonance, which I would be using the hell out of it here. I do not have access to medicine. No, wait. No, I do have access to medicine. What I'm talking about? But I do not have access to resonance, multi-shot. These clouds of lurkers. Yeah, I do have access to them, but they do have access to me, which is the problem here. Yeah, I will change some numbers on the achievements because some of them are actually too easy to get. A little bit too easy, and some of them are too hard to get like this. But this one is one you'll probably only get with either enormous luck, either not selling half of your base, or really, why did you do that? Just for aesthetics, man. This video shall be called Aesthetic Doom. What happened? Oh, it is just funny when these balls do that. Yeah, I am certainly, most certainly doomed here. But quick spoiler: every time you are building, thinking of aesthetics instead of efficiency in this game, you are dooming yourself. I never played a single match thinking about aesthetics over efficiency, and I did not get punished for that. But damn, it is so. Some aesthetics do you some of the aesthetic build styles you can have here are actually benefited from some upgrades like King of the Hill. It benefits you not having turrets right beside one another. Cool, but there are, yeah. Let us see what I have unlocked there, because this panel is not working yet, and they are showing you the last tooltip you saw actually. So here we got, oh yeah, the lag from memory releasing. I got 6 achievements in the first run. What would I change? Will change actually. This one will go from 1k to 5k. This one will to 5k or to 250. 250. This one will go to 1k to 250 as well. 250. Actually, this one will stay at 1k because powerful explosives is a fairly easy to understand one. This one, yeah, this one should go to 50 actually, because that one is not easy to understand at all. I will actually change this one to 50 as well. So yeah, this one is tricky to use, not tricky to understand, so that's why it is at 50. Oh, I got so close of long living, but I didn't. I didn't actually build I will actually change the name of that to build in 4 biomes, the text of it, just because it is more clear what you actually have to do. Okay, this one I'll get in the next one. So, that's it for today, guys. I do think we got a lot covered. We will be taking a look at weak link protection, the weak link protection. At the next episode, it is a fairly strong upgrade, but it is really hard to optimize for. Really hard to optimize for. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and see you guys tomorrow.